more basic blush. Tracy P is here with pro makeup artist techniques to get you glowing. Hey, T.
Hey, how are you?
I am great. Okay, tell us about blush. A lot of us are getting it wrong. What is your first look?
So right off the top, I'm going to be using, all the blushes that I'm going to be using are from MAC. The first look is the natural look. So just think like if someone kind of pinched your cheeks, Tracy, that's the look we're going for. The focus is to only put the blush on the apples of your cheeks and nowhere else. So the tools you want to use is just like a regular blush brush like this. If you use something too big, it's going to drag the face down and make your cheeks look too full. If you use something too small or too pointed or too flat, it's going to give you those little circles like Raggedy Ann, and we're not going for that look either. So what we're doing is just a regular blush brush like this, okay? So then what you want to do is you want to start on the apples of your cheeks. Always make sure you get rid of the excess of your blush and then just work your way up in light feathery strokes. Okay, Tracy? Now you want to make sure that you're focusing on the apples of your cheeks, because if you're doing the natural look, that's where the sun would naturally hit you. The sun doesn't naturally hit you on the sides of your face. It'll hit you on the peaks of your face. And you also don't have to do just a pink or a red color because we're going for the natural flushed look. You can also do peachy colors too. It doesn't really matter. Now when it comes to face shape, anybody can do this, but just keep in mind when you're doing the apples of the cheeks, it's going to make your cheeks look a little bit fuller. So if you're someone who's not looking for that, then stay away from that. Maybe if you're someone who has maybe a smaller face and you want your cheeks to look a little bit fuller, this would also be a great look. But I have a fuller face and I do it all the time, so there's no rules.
Yeah, and it looks really good on you. And I have a little pea head, so I definitely do that as well. A little teeny tiny. Okay, your next technique is one that gives definition without contouring. So please tell us about the sculpted technique.
Yeah, the sculpted is when you like look all chiseled, right? You have that fish look, right? That's what we're going for. Very, very defined. So Tracy, the focus is on the outer parts of your cheeks, not on the middle, like the front, like we were doing the apples. The focus is all here, Tracy. Now the tools you want to use is something pointed like this that comes up in a point or on an angle, because it really gets in the hollows of the cheeks and it helps you sculpt. Now before we start, I want you, Tracy, to put your index finger right in front of your ear.
Okay.
And then what I want you to do is open and close your mouth really wide and feel where there's a dent. Do you feel it?
Yeah, I feel it. We look really good right now.
That is your cheekbone. That's where your cheekbone is. When you do that, when you feel the dent and you open up, you'll feel it, and that's where the cheekbone is. A lot of people don't know where to draw. Feel it, and that's where you're going to draw. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do it right here live for everybody. So you're just going to do strokes like this, back and forth. Now you can go back and forth. Some people think you have to be softer about it. No, what we're trying to do is we're trying to sculpt. So you want to get right in there. Because this is pointed, it's going to give me a little bit more of a harsher line. And you do want to go with colors that are darker, because if you go with something that's a little too light, it's not going to give you the shadow that you're looking for. You want something that's going to give you a little bit more definition. And I have to work fast because I'm on TV. But, you know, normally this would take a little bit of time and a little bit of layering. And you also want to make sure you go with matte colors too when you're doing sculpting, because if it's a shimmer, it's going to defeat the purpose. You want to create a shadow.
That looks
it's going
really
to give
good.
you more of a sculpted.
Yeah, makes you want to do that that fish face. Okay, now what if we're looking, T, for a little bit of like sun-kissed using blush? What do we do?
Well, all of you guys would be looking for a sun-kissed look, not me. This is not a look for me. But I'll indulge all of you, okay?
Okay.
So this is an overall glow look, okay? So you want to you're going to be applying the blush in different places. You're going to be applying it along the cheekbones, along the temples, carrying it through the eyelids and the nose and the chin as well. You can just use a regular blush brush just like this. And what you're going to do is you want to make sure that you're going with colors that are warmer colors. You want taupes and browns and peaches and bronzy colors, because those are what's going to create the sun-kissed look. You don't want to go with something that's pinky or red, because you're just going to look like you had an allergic reaction. You're going to look like you're sick. You want to go with something that has a little bit more shimmer to it, because it's going to give you that glow you're looking for, as opposed to a matte color. It's going to make you look dirty, and it's going to make you look muddy. So you don't want to do that. You want to make sure you're going with colors that are shimmery and give you that golden glow. And any face shape can do this.
Okay, so your last one I'm really curious about, the draped blush technique. What is that all about?
Okay, Tracy, I don't know if this one's for us. I think one's a little bit for the millennials.
Okay.
But I digress. Put it this way. If you were alive when this was last in style, which was, when Donna Summer was hot and, people were lining their rooms with the John Travolta posters, you know what I mean? Then you're probably going to sit this one out if you were alive for that one. But this one's a little bit for the younger generation, but it is very dramatic. It's very bold colors. This color that I'm using right now, this one's called Full Fuchsia. You see how bright it is? Mm-hmm. You're gonna put it, Tracy, right here above the cheekbone, into the temples.
Okay.
And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna I know, right?
Okay.
I told you, strap on your seatbelt. Okay. You're gonna do this, and then you're gonna just carry it into your eyes as well, but not all the way in, just on the outer, because everything is focused right here. You can just use a regular blush brush for it. So I'm just gonna do the other side. Tracy, if you pay attention real closely and you listen, be quiet and listen, you can hear it. Let's dance, the last dance.
Woo! Yeah!
Yeah,
Wow.
Studio 54, here we come. Right, this is what I warned you. It's not for us. I mean, I'm just indulging you guys, showing you this look, but I don't know where I'm going in this. There you go. I warned ya.
Wow. Listen, I know that there are pictures of my mom looking like that, and I was definitely alive during this era. But I love the fact that, millennials and maybe even Gen Zs, they're trying to embrace that nostalgia. So that's very cool.